Hey guys, I'm Megan.
And I'm Justin, and we're with the channel Making It Up As We Grow.
And we're going to give you a tour of our Airstream today.
Okay, so this is our little entryway. Well, for starters, there's a screen door and then the big metal door. So when it's warm outside, you can just leave the big door open, and then you leave this little screen door with the dog plates on it, and kid plates also, so no one escapes. And then there's spot for keys. There's this little whiteboard for notes. Megan uses it for like groceries and meals and stuff like that. There's these metal coat hooks that hold heavy stuff, and then Megan's put the little 3M strips for light stuff like light jackets, kids jackets, bibs, hats, all that different stuff. And then over here there's this little alcove with the black bin. We use it for all of our muddy and wet rain boots and snow boots and all that different stuff. That way it doesn't gunk up the floor and get everything all gross. And a little entryway mat. There's also this dehumidifier that we use. It's pretty heavy duty because when you're anywhere in the cold months or anywhere where you get a lot of humidity, there gets to be a lot of condensation inside the Airstream. So it's essential that you have some type of dehumidifier. If you get a smaller one, then that would probably work. You just have to dump it more often if you're in a more mild climate. But here, where it's very cold in the single digits, there's a lot of condensation, so you need a good dehumidifier.
So this is Justin and I's bedroom and Josie because she sleeps with us. I put big command hooks here because of our jackets. Before, whenever we were in Oregon and it was warmer, we didn't need these, but then as soon as we saw how cold it was and all the clothes we were going to need, we got more command hooks. I put this one here for a hat. Obviously I have an empty bag. Justin has two over there for his hats that are missing because he's going to be going soon. There's a TV over there. We have a nightstand right there that just kind of gives us a place to put our laptops and stuff where they're a little more safe. We also keep our vacuum right here. Having a vacuum like this has been really beneficial because we vacuum, every 3 days? Because it's such a small place, and having Naomi makes it so we have a lot of dog hair. The bed, actually, the entire thing lifts up like this, and under there there's all kinds of storage, but who knows what it looks like right now. We also have two cubbies on each side where you can pull it out, and we have plastic tubs that have more stuff. You can see, since we're like in weird weather right now, we have tennis shoes for running, snow boots, and our mud boots out. So those are kind of in this little gap right here. Here, these closets, I mean, I'm 5'2", I can't touch the back. They're really deep. They go this whole length that you see right there. But with the bottom ones, it being so cold, I have to make sure not to have anything up against the side. And I've actually bought a locker, what do you call that, locker shelf, like that you can adjust the heights for, to kind of help organize my clothes so they don't fall over on this side. These little dehumidifiers, Eva Dry, if we don't make sure that they're dried out, yeah, the silicone beads, then we get moisture in these. Just the bottom ones though. So the top, we also have them. I think I have mine like in the back, but we've got a nice little bar, and it has the, what do you call this, Justin? This rib like piping or whatever?
I don't know. Because
whenever you're driving, it helps keep the hangers in place. And then the unmentionables and socks and stuff down here. I'm going to use Justin's because his is way cleaner. And you can see better over there. We have cubbies. Up here we have USB places where you can choose to charge your phone. We usually end up charging our phones by the radio because we don't like them being by our heads. They have outlets here. And then we each have our own cubby up here too. Justin is nice and organized with clothes. He would probably be like, that's not organized. But it's also got some stuff that I can tell he's going to take on his adventure with him. So that's the bedroom.
Okay, so this is the living room. The first thing we forgot to show is that there's this little partition that clips for nighttime or whatever. We use that for like when I'm in school, or like on a conference call or a Zoom meeting or whatever, or Megan's doing calls. You can close that, and besides the sound, it's relatively private back there, so that's kind of nice. But this is the living room. This is a bed. This little cushion moves out of the way. We just stand it up over here against the door. And this is like when my parents came to visit, my dad slept here pretty comfortably on the couch for a while. At least I think it was semi-comfortable.
He said it was comfortable.
He said it was comfortable. I don't know. And
He
then,
slept in a lot of weird places like you have backpacking.
Yeah. And then this table is normally this way. It's normal. The orientation is normally like lengthwise with the Airstream, where it's kind of turned like this. We don't like it like this though because it's very cramped. Like if you're a semi-large person, like if you're 6 foot tall or something like that, you're gonna have a hard time getting back there, even with the little sliding mechanism. So we normally keep it out long ways, like out towards the kitchen. The only thing you have to be careful of is like Josie, when she's going full steam down the Airstream, she does like to hit her head on the table, so you kind of got to be careful about that. Storage-wise in here, this is the return for the furnace, so you definitely don't want to block this or store anything back there, although it's tempting because it's a nice little nook right there. This though is storage. We keep paper bags from the grocery store here so we can use them as trash bags. And then these are all of Josie's diapers, all of her cloth diapers. Once she's out of diapers, we'll probably use that for like coat storage, stuff like that.
Woohoo!
Watch out, little Joe. This one's full of all the girls' school stuff and art supplies and things like that. And then the other cabinet is full of board games. And sometimes it's an overflow for produce, like onions, potatoes, stuff like that. And then also, if you want, I'm not going to do it because it's semi-complicated, but you just undo these two little latches, move the cushions, and you push the table down flat. And then these two little cushions sit on top, and then this becomes a bed as well. And the girls will do that so the girls can watch movies on this TV. And then this is our router. This is our sole provider of internet. It's a Netgear Nighthawk router, and then we have a Bix wireless SIM card that powers it. It's 400 gigs a month, and we need that for school and business.
So this is our wee little kitchen. In Georgia, we had a pretty decent sized kitchen. I kind of miss that at times, not gonna lie. But we have our Berkey set up here. So this was like a tricky thing to get figured out. If you are Berkey lovers like we are, we can only really like get the lid off here enough to get this sprayer in there. And but then it's kind of a pain too because you can't like see. Like in Georgia, we would like pick this up and see how much water was in here. So I think we've only had it overflow once or twice where it like leaks from here because we filled it up too much. Knock on wood somewhere. But so there's that. This is like the little kitchen sink area. There's a piece. So whenever we travel, we wrap this up in a towel. We take the fluoride filters and the regular Berkey filters off, and we lay it all in the shower. We have learned that if you do not take all those off, even though you laid in the shower and you shove towels in there, the black filters will still break. So obviously this is our little sink area. It is pretty deep. And then whenever you travel, there's like a classic thing that I've heard people use this as a cutting board, but we have the Berkey there so it doesn't work, but it's pretty big too. And then under here obviously we have some storage. There's like a little, I will give Airstream kudos. They do a great job on making every place that could have storage. So and then I put this little bar here because I wanted a place to put the towels. So, and we have pretty ratty old towels. Next is, give me 1 second, baby girl. Next is the microwave. I'm actually surprised that it's not locked. So you can hold this button down and it will lock it. Kudos to Justin's dad for also telling us that microwaves do that. And this is also a convection oven. It works okay. I'm not a convection oven person. I love baking and I love cooking. I love roasting veggies. So naturally I'm kind of disappointed that, you know, I have like this much space pretty much to cook on with my oven. Because we don't even really use the microwave as a microwave. We only use it as a convection oven. And then, hey baby girl, this is our junk drawer. We just keep all the random things that, yep, you can have it. Spatulas and whatnot in there. We had it organized. Children don't let things be organized. So this also is like a little half drawer that you pull out. I bake our bread in here because I can't use my big enamel cast iron Dutch oven anymore. Water bottles. These are little things. Are you going to take these with you?
I probably should. Yeah,
these were our Justin's storage things. They're pretty awesome. This one also opens up this way and we just keep cups. Random growler here. Oh shoot, as I knock it down. We're showing you real love because these are so dirty. But this is where we keep our storage containers, our little silicone bags, our rags. We use unpapered towels, so they get folded up and shoved down in here. And then this one is the tea drawer and grater. Yeah, the coffee pour over, the cutting board, and then my cast iron, the trusty cast iron. This is a 3-burner propane stove. Really, I feel like the only thing we dislike is this one kind of, it doesn't, what word am I looking for, Justin? It doesn't...
Does it ignite right away all the time? Sometimes we have to use a lighter, and then also I don't know if it's first in line because it gets a lot more propane.
Yeah.
Puts out a lot more propane than the other two.
Like you'll smell it and it gets, so if you know anything about that, I mean, totally let us know. So we don't really use this burner. We use these 2 burners. This pulls down. We hide liver treats for Naomi back there, olive oil, flaxseed oil for the cast iron, coffee creamer, and it's almost Easter, so we have stuff for Easter eggs. We put this up ourselves. It's just a magnet from IKEA. Really great, handy. Love it, because really the name of the game has been like saving space. I actually bought a shelf for in here too, a wire shelf. So the day after we filmed our Airstream tour, the shelf came in that I was telling you all about, and it is so much more organized up there. One, we keep our Vitamix and then their accessories. So we make smoothies. What else do we make? Date balls.
Protein shakes.
Yeah, we make everything with the hummus. My mother got us these for Christmas, and they have been such a lifesaver. They save so much room. This is our salad spinner, but you can also use this as a bowl. Really, I was so excited for these, and whenever people ask me like, oh, my brother's moving into a camper, what can I get them? I'm like, get them collapsible things. They save so much room. And then these are our IKEA pots. Let's see. These soft, yeah, living room again. These soft baskets are also a game changer that my mom bought me from Target. Obviously, we have wipes up here, stuff we don't want the girls to get into. And this is another one, and then this is going to be a mess. The girls get into stuff a lot. They can get into our chapsticks and lip balms now, so we've put them up here because they just seem to leave them alone a little more. But it's the DVD Blu-ray player, is that right? CD, radio, and I don't know what that thing is.
HDMI splitter.
Okay, you gotta have that on to play the DVD player, is all I know. Our fridge, it's a pretty decent sized fridge. I am just someone, we do a lot of produce, and so our fridge is always full. Justin loves it when it's empty, but then that means it's time to go to the grocery store. Lots of frozen fruits, our frozen bread. We're not going to show you this because this is where we've hidden everything. Maybe I should.
Oh, yeah, probably. It's protein supplements, some fruit.
We have some more hooks. There's another hook in here. Yeah, this is kind of our overflow. So like our oats, more coffee, coats. And this goes all the way back too. So we've even got like a toaster. I wish I could show you.
Toaster, hot plate.
I can't reach right there.
Waffle maker.
Yeah, all the things.
Toucan.
And then each girl has their own drawer. And so this is JoJo's drawer. We have to roll the clothes and sit them upright. We were Marie Kondoing it, but that just didn't get as many clothes in. So this is JoJo's drawer, and then this is like their mixed underwear, sock, and swimsuit drawer. Pantry drawers. I need to go down on the spices, I know, but I told you I love to cook. So spices, spices in a bean can, and then more. And then this is Stella's like overflow drawer. Then this is the pantry. So we always call that the closet, the big one. This is the pantry, and it's stuffed. But there's 3 shelves. This top one though, it follows the curvature of kind of like how the cabinets do of the Airstream. So it's a little smaller, but then these are really big and great.
Okay, so this is the girls' room. It's, I think this is a full, we'll say it's a full-size bed on the bottom, and then there's like a twin up top. Stella, our oldest, is 6, and she sleeps up here, and then sometimes Nora, our 4-year-old, sleeps up here with her. And then the bottom size, I mean, if they like to lay, I don't know what you would call it. They like to hit perpendicular, I suppose, to the length of the Airstream, and there's plenty of room. I mean, they could all 3 probably lay in here. But anyways, I digress. But there's storage underneath. and it's the entire, nearly the entire length of the bed. The last 2 feet approximately is a rear trunk, but there's like 3 Rubbermaids in there full of their toys, so there's lots of room for kids' toys, probably more room than what we have for our things actually. And then it's also kind of hard to see, but there's also a little 2-shelf nook back in there where they keep their books, and that's a total disaster. And then also this little plastic tub is supposed to be pushed in there. And then up top we've got the curtain pulled out of the way right now, but there's this curtain that they can pull for privacy, or if they want to stay up later than us and read their stories, and they can close this and not keep us awake. And then it's kind of neat, they've got a really cool window up here. They've got the shade pulled closed right now, but it's kind of like a weird like little subway window. It's kind of neat. Kind of feels like you're in a submarine or something. And then 2 back windows as well with the curtains closed. And then this is the bathroom. Like the whole, one thing we haven't talked about is the lights. We really don't like the lights inside the Airstream. At least I don't personally. They're way too bright. It's like blinding, especially in the morning. If you're an early riser like we are and you get up early, it's horrible to look at those. So we just keep one little light on. The outside we have the string lights out in like the kitchen, living room, bedrooms, because that's like a nice soft yellow light. It doesn't bother us. It's kind of a really cool addition, especially when it's dark out. But the white LEDs, we can't stand them. So anyways, long story short, we just keep one of these on. The shower is not too bad actually. I don't mind it, and I'm 5'11", and if I get into the corner I will hit my head, but if I stand right here where you're supposed to be standing,
why don't you go stand in it real quick?
In this little alcove right here. It's kind of an overflow for lots of storage things, but like I can stand in here fine, and the shower head detaches, so I shower in here no problem. It was probably the only thing I was worried about moving into an Airstream, was that the shower was going to be super uncomfortable, especially because we work out a lot, so we shower a lot. But there's towel rack, storage stuff, your basic shower RV things. And then there's a Dometic toilet. We haven't had any problems, knock on wood, with the Dometic toilet. It's been great. Also here, this took us a couple minutes to figure out, but this is your light switch obviously, but here's your water heater. If it's up, just like the light switch is up, that's how you're heating your water. So we always use electricity. If you turn them both on, it will heat the water very quickly, which we've never had to do. Megan and I can shower back to back, and I think we've only used all the hot water maybe twice.
Yeah.
So not a big deal.
We're not long shower takers though.
No, yeah, we don't camp out in there. And then there's a little mirror for shaving, brushing your teeth, stuff like that. We added this little shelf. It's from IKEA, like a lot of things are in this Airstream, if you haven't noticed. Yeah, the toothpaste. And then this is the sink. The sink's a little small, but I mean, I could do a warm shave in there, no problem. Back when I used to shave. And yeah, we keep like the toothbrush stuff on the counter. Underneath is where all of the toilet paper goes, and then Megan's got a lot of toiletry related things. When we're traveling, this is probably, besides the kitchen, this is where Megan has to store the most stuff, so it all has to get wrapped up in. I think you put under the sink, don't you?
I put stuff under the sink, and I use the shower a lot.
Yeah, so the shower, like the Berkey, I think you talked about that. Some of the things go in there, but so, there's also, just to make note of some things where they are, because Airstream does kind of tuck away some of the utilities if you need to fix them. The water pump is actually out right now. I need to replace that. I need to pull out, you can pull out these drawers basically. There's little latches on the bottom, and you pull them all the way out, and you can see the water pump on the floor over there. I haven't tested it yet, but I'm pretty sure it burnt out last time we were traveling. I said the water heater, if you lift this up, there's a little hole on top of the bed where you can see the water heater, and you can also remove these drawers and see it under these drawers as well. This is where all your breakers are, your little breaker panel, and your GFCI and everything. So one thing to make note of is if your GFCI continues to throw, it could be a number of things, but what it is for us is it's a problem on the campground side or the resort side on the power pole. So if you're throwing your GFCI a lot, that's probably what the issue is, if you've tested everything else out and you can't figure it out. So, and then all your fuses are on the bottom. Okay, so this is the thermostat. This is where you control both zones. So there's a zone 1 and zone 2. One's just the bedroom, and then the other zone is the rear bedroom, and then the kind of living room, kitchen area. So everything's controlled right here. Definitely take a look at the control manual, because sometimes our kids have put this in Spanish, a few other different settings, and it can be a little bit tricky to switch it back into English.
So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed our tour of our little 30-foot Flying Cloud Airstream.
Yep, and like the video if you liked it, and subscribe so you can see all of our videos when they pop up in the future.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye.
It's cold.
Hey guys, I'm Justin. Your favorite room.
This is the best.